Now today will we see software engineering practice. Let me discuss a topic called as software engineering practice under the unit 1 chapter 1. So in this software engineering practice we have the essence of practice, another we have the general principles. These are the two subtopics we are going to discussing in software engineering practices. Okay, so right, let me see what actually the software engineering practice purpose is. So as we discussed in the last class, the generic framework activities like we have five: communication, planning, modeling, the construction, deployment. So these are the five generic process activities we have seen clearly. Under each activity, what are the minimum tasks we are going to doing over there. So these are all the inputs for the umbrella activities as well. Now coming to how does this, the activities, general framework activities, practice and fit into the development of software. That is the major main part of this topic, the software engineering practices. Now the question here is, now how you are going to fitting over this is, let me see that. Fit in the sense how you are going to be utilizing, now how you are going to be making as a practice in the sense has trial and error. Why we have practicals? Because to get more knowledge we have to improve the skills over there. We have some practical laboratories as well. Practice in the sense how you are going to be make possible, make a way for this framework activities. That is the scope of this SC practices. Let me see the first subheading under this, the essence of practices. So please note down this essence of practices. We have four. The essence of practices we have to do as a four. The first one, understand the problem. Now this understand the problem will comes under the communication and analysis activities. As part of the total we have five phases or five framework activities are there. Among that, under this communication and analysis activities, first of all we need to know, understand the problem. So we have to clearly understand what actually the customer need or the customer requirement is, what the stakeholder requirement is. The second essence of the practice is, whatever the problem you understand, plan how we are going to be implementing that problem. Simply plan a solution. This will be done in the phases or in the activities modeling and software design. Okay, so communication is the part of analysis is the part of communication. Design, software design is the part of modeling. So that's why don't search for analysis, there is no activity. Analysis is the one of the part in the communication. Don't search where the design is there in the framework activities. Design is the sub part of modeling. The third is, now whatever you have defining, whatever you have defined for this, whatever you have defined the solution, how you are going to be carrying that solution. Simply carry out the plan. In the sense, whatever the designs you have done, modules you have defined it, how you are going to be writing the code, how you are generating the codes for that modules is called as carry out. Carry out in the sense making on the paper of the design into the implementation part is code generation. The last essence of the practice is examining the result for accuracy. Simply, once you the code is done, completed, you have to make testing and quality assurance. So these are the activities we have to do, and in each activity, these are the practices for making a good software. The first one is understand the problem. Second, plan a solution. Third, carry out the plan. Fourth one, examine the result for accuracy. Okay, and remember, these are the essence of practices. As it is, we need to be right in the examination. It is not like when you are discussing or when you're studying the English course, you can write some of the sentences in our own, right? But here this is a software engineering. The funda or the terminologies or synonyms, whatever you are going to using, should be related to the software engineering course It can't be used like any other words, generic words we can't use. So that's why I insist you, please try to as much as possible to remember the steps which are come under each topic. Okay, that's my sincere request to you, because it is a theoretical topic, theoretical course actually. Only some part of the mathematical is there, and I request, please note down the points whenever I said you to note down that one, or else whatever this things you are studying in each class, please try to note down that points. At least you can get some habitual of the words. Okay, because again, once you are entering into the MNC companies, you need to be discussed about with the help of these words only. If you are not aware what are the key terms when you talk with the project manager, talks with the team leader, talks with your team members, talks with the stakeholders, or talks with the online with the customer interview point of that, definitely these are the words is required. If you don't get some awareness on these words, it is very difficult to you when the project manager asked you, please submit SRS, please submit, just define the problem, how it can be. So what are the steps, at least you know to know that. Okay, so that's why please make sure to note down the points. The first one, understand the problem. As the name itself indicates, understand the problem. In each of these four practices, whatever we have seen just now, in each practice, we are talking about the questions and answers we are expecting from the stakeholders. So you have to be make note that what are the questions I need to be answer, getting the answer from the stakeholders as well as from your end. Whether if you answer for these questions in each practice, definitely you can go ahead to develop that software. Understand the problem is nothing but simply we can call as listening. If you don't have listening power, if you don't have the patience for listening what the other end people are talking, other end people are saying to convey to you, then you are will be the loser for that one. First of all, we have habit of listening. Don't be think that until unless complete the sentence, you can't be conclude the sentence. Please listen the entire sentence from the stakeholders, from the end users, so that you can understand clearly what actually they are expecting from the other end. The first question under this problem, understand the problem, is who are the stakeholders involved in this problem? And we had to make some list of all the stakeholders. The second, what are the unknowns? Unknowns in the sense, what the stuff we have to make understand or to develop this problem, that unknowns, nothing but other than this, any extra stuff is required or not. And also the data is required to run this problem or to execute this problem, the functions and the features required to solve this problem. The third question you need to answer is, can this problem be compartmentalized? Compartmentalized in the sense, compartments, what the meaning of compartments is, each compartment having a individual boxes, nothing but entire problem try to represent into a smaller number of pieces, smaller number of entities, so that each problem easily identified, that is compartment. So as the trains also having the different compartments. Why? Because to easily identify to the passenger which compartment I belongs to, whether S1, S2, A1, B1, which compartment comfortably easily can identify. So divide the entire train into compartments so that the passenger can easily identify. Same fashion for entire problem, if you divide into number of pieces as many as possible, up to your the flexibility to solve that problem, then it is we have to give the answer for that. The fourth question you need to answer is whether the problem can represent graphically. Graphically easily understand. If I talk about like the 4 points as the questions instead of this one, if I give this figure to you, simply you can draw this figure in the examination very comfortably rather than writing the questions one by one. Agree? In the same fashion, if for your problem, if you represent graphically what's the input I need to give for this problem, what the process goes on inside this one, what is the output I am going to be expecting from that. If you easily identify the input, process, and output, easily you can take the problem over for head or further to process it. So see the figure itself: problem, who, why, how, when, what if so. solving of all this or giving the answers for all these questions, you'll get solution. So the input is problem, output is solution. The process is who, why, how, when, what. These are the things you need to be concentrate. The second practice under this is plan the solution. The plan the solution talks about whether in our library or the similar problems, similar projects are already available in the market, or already available in the library, already available in the open sources. We had to be give the answer for this, as well as any part pattern means any some part or entire part is comfortable to solve this solution or not, because maybe it is similar to our problem, the existing one. If even though it is existing one, entire existing solution not suitable, maybe there's some pattern in the sense some part is called as pattern, maybe it is suitable for that one. The second question has to give answer as has similar problem be solved, in the sense just now has said a patterns, here the patterns are considered as elements. The total problem may be consisting of 4 modules. If each module or sub module in the module is called as element, whether that elements can be reusable in our program, in our problem. For example, to run a application, web application, we require the PHP pages, some database pages, and some HTML pages, some CSS pages. Out of this, whether any few PHP pages can be useful or any CSS files can be useful, that PHP files, that CSS files, some files is called as element here. Can that also can be used as a for reusable or not? The third question you need to give answer is, can sub problems be defined? Sub problems in the sense, just now we had talked about that one. When you divide that problem into sub problems, divide into some similar, making as any number of problems, each problem again be divided into sub problem, like a binary tree or a tree, root, childs, siblings, like this. When you divide that one, whether sub problems can easily define sub problems in the sense, just now I have said you that you want to be make a online registration form to develop an software for online registration form, or to develop a web page for online registration form. Online registration form is already Gmail registration form code is available with you. Just you need to be use some sort of the code, some sub problem over there, some sub files can be used, and you can refine as per your requirement, right? So that comes under can sub problems can be defined. The fourth question, represent a solution. Represent a solution. That solution has to give a effective implementation. Effective implementation is nothing but it has to give an optimized solution with respect to the space, respect to the time, respect to the cost, has to give or not. So finally we had to make a design the model. Previously we are just roughly draw the diagram in the first one, understand the problem, that is graphically we drawn it. Here exactly the design model. What is the difference between that graphical representation and this design model is, here we are talking about what are the components we are going to using. Anyhow, we'll see in this case studies in the lab, SC labs, about the design module. And also we have in the third unit exclusively for design, exclusively for UML codes entirely merged into the third unit. In the design module, we'll talk about what are the databases we are going to using, what are the components we are going to using, how many classes we are going to creating, who are the actors are involving over there. Like this, we are having different design models are there: use case diagram, class diagram, object diagram, deployment diagram, sequence diagram, activity diagram, collaboration diagram. Like this, lot of diagrams are there. We'll see one by one in the SC lab as well. The third, the essence of practice is carry out the solution. Carry out the solution talks about, if you see the carry out the solution, it talks about, here it is talks about carry out the solution. This is the third question, third essence of practice. Does the solution confirms whether whatever you're going to develop, carry out the solution talks about the code generation. Whatever the code, it can be confirm the plan, because saying is one thing, implementation is another thing. That's what we are seeing nowadays. Because when you are taking up any problem, when you see that one, any faculty, if you give the code for you in the laboratory, once it is showing on the demonstration, it look like as a good. Once you are practically implementing in your own typing of that one, it not be same as it is how the demonstration will look like. It will be differ. So we had to give the answer that the solution confirmed and also the source code is traceable or not. That we had to give confirmation over this. The second question into answer in the carry out the plan is each component part of the solution? Probably it is a correct in the sense we had to be review the design versus code, whether whatever we have designed in the design phase is the same code is reflected in the code generation as well, because in the design the connection is going from home to contact us, but in the once you are coming to the code, whether it is really connecting home page to the contact us page, if you are developing a web design, if you are developing a web application, whether the same is reflected, because you are saying in the design connect the home page with the contact us, but in the code if the home page is not connected with the contact us, if it's connected with the another page which is not that there in the design, then we have to review that one. So we have to review and correct the proofs based on our algorithm here, nothing but not the algorithm of whatever you are talking. Normal definition of algorithm is a sequence of steps can be represented to give a solution, right? To solve a problem, a sequence of steps is called as algorithm. In the same fashion, as per your steps, the design versus code reflecting the same or not, you have to be review. So these are the two questions need to be answered in the carry out the plan, right? The fourth one, that is the last essence of exam, is this is examine the result. Fourth one. So examine the result in the sense we have to apply for test. As many times I discussed with you that don't be test for addition of number, just give 2 3, it gives 5. You have to give in a different combinations of the different inputs. As a layman, as an educated man, as an uneducated, of having different genders, how the inputs can be given like this in the different forms of tests we have to give, and we have to observe that whether for this input what the actual output this comes, and we need to apply different testing strategies. We'll discuss more about testing strategies in the fourth unit. Like we have black box testing, white box testing, alpha testing, beta testing, unit testing, integration testing. Like this, lot of testings are available. This testing strategies we can be do over there. And the second question we need to be answer over this here is that the solution produces results, whatever for the test you are testing, with the results that conform whatever you are defined in the understand the problem. In the first practice, the second question, we are talking about data, talking about functions, talking about features, right? Whether whatever the data you have defined, the functions, the features, in the understand the problem in the first practice, whether the same is reflecting in the results, that has to be confirmed this as a question in the exam that result. And also whether the validate whatever the customer or stakeholder said to you to implement, whether the same needs as you are fulfilling or not, that has to examine in this one, right? So these are the four essence of practices in software engineering practices. The first one, understand the problem. Second, plan the solution. Third, carry out the plan. Fourth, examine the result. Clear? Now, the next part of this software engineering practices, second part in this is general principles. We are talking about general principles. Now, take a list of all these general principles. Make a list of all this one. See, we have totally 7 general principles. Now, once you are make ready with the practice, let me decide what are the principles are required for making of this SC practice. What are the minimum principles are required to making of this SC practice. General principles are totally 7 principles are available. Make a list, make a note down this. The first principle is the reason it all exists. You have to be identifying whether the problem whatever you are trying to understand or the problem which you are going to be developing, whether all the problem is existed or any part is existed, for all or none, or for some part will be exist or not. So we had to find out the reason it all exists or not. The reason all it exists, what are the reasons, whether it is available or not, if it is available, how much it is available, how much is not available. We had to be study about this principle, the reason it all exists. The second principle is keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid in the sense we had to make a very simple way, simple solution, and also is a stupid. Who will be called stupid? Sometimes you're saying stupid to some others, stupid, like this. Why you say stupid? Because of his behavior or her behavior, or because of silly things what they are going to doing in the home or in somewhere. You are saying simply stupid. Stupid, the person who do the things, silly things. So silly things, silly doing, silly behavior, persons are called stupids. So that is the same here. We had to make it simple. Silly should be there. Silly in the sense very simple. So it is normally just like that. Like this, the principle has to be do. So in the same fashion, your solution also be like it should be a in a simpler manner. Keep it simple, stupid. In the that principle has to be applicable. In simpler, it called as KISS. The third principle is maintain the vision, because if you don't have the vision, what I need to be do, for what purpose I'm going to be developing that solution, if you don't have the idea, if you don't have vision, what is called as vision, a proper prediction, future direction, a goal, a clear idea what to do is called as vision. So we had to maintain the vision clearly. If you miss sometimes in the middle of the implementation of your problem, if you miss the vision, definitely you will be the loser for that one. So always the vision should be very clear, right? The fourth principle is what you produce, others will consume. See such a way that whatever you are going to producing should be useful for the consumers. Whatever if you are producing, if it is not suitable, if it is not usable for the customers, not useful for the stakeholders, not considered by any other, then it's a waste of. In simpler another example, you have developed a simple app, for example. If that app is really useful to the society, then somebody has to use it. If you are saying clearly that this app is the target people is so and so, for this so and so societal peoples can be used. If really they are going to be using, if your app is in a live, then only the producer consumer concept will be comes into picture. Or else you just develop a app, you put it in the Play Store, nobody is using that app. In the sense, it's best of producing or best of developing that app. See such a way that whatever the solution you are giving, whatever the knowledge you are sharing to the society, knowledge in the sense not only through the PPT, forum, post, or any Twitter post or some other, whatever it may be, maybe in the form of a program, in the form of a app, in the form of a anything. If you are like to be shared it to the society, definitely any target peoples or any at least some sort of peoples has to be make consume that, consume in the sense that has to use, that can be used in their lives, used in their for their fulfill of their requirement, right? So what you produce, others will consume. The fifth principle is be open to the future. Be open to the future in the sense you don't have fixed that a boundary. Fix a boundary in the sense what you are developing, for example, a software. If that software is having no scope, no feature scope, no extendable, if you are not giving any feature scope for that one, then it is a waste of software. We have to see such a way that they can be possible for extent of that one. So that's why any product, say for example Samsung, if Samsung J6 comes into market, if they are not giving a feature scope for releasing of J7 or J8 or J9 different versions, then it's a closing off up to J6 itself, the Samsung. So that's why we have to be open such a way that anybody can extend your software, can extend your app, can extend your solution. So don't be restricted at a particular point. Sixth principle, plan ahead for reuse. Definitely, it is a chances has to give you such a way that it should be refined something so that another form of function can be developed with the help of your module or with the help of your function. See such a way that it should be reusable. If you're not reusable, say for example, if I'm giving a task to you, first of all, it will be your search in the internet. if somebody are not giving chance to you, reusable in the sense, if they are giving permissions to only view the thing, if they are not allowing for downloading, for not editable, then it's a not use for you. Only view purpose, if they are giving access means there is no use. If they are not giving for downloading, editing, then only it will be reuse, then only can be reuse and refine as per your requirement. The last principle very important, that is we had to be think before doing any solution, before giving any solution for a particular problem. So these are the 7 different principles we are going to discuss. The first principle is the reason it all exists. The second one, keep it simple, stupid. The third one, maintain the vision. Fourth one, what you produce others will consume. The fifth one, be open to the future. Sixth one, plan ahead for use. Sixth one, think about this. Okay.